Happy Sunday. Welcome to the show. It's Lady Wu. Every Sunday night, 7 p.m. right here on V94.9 WATV, the show that talks about everything 17 years and running. Been doing it a long time and been having some friends that have been coming to chat with us. They've been coming for a long time, and we're going to get straight to them tonight, and then we'll bring the crew in and keep it going how we do. So, yeah, we're getting straight to it tonight. Welcome to the show, everybody who is in the room. How y'all doing today?
Fine.
Good. Happy to have you all. You all have been waiting patiently. So we're going to get to the events first. There's some great things for all of our listeners to be a part of. And we want you to know when and where and who and why and how. So in studio tonight we have
Angie Coleman.
Okay.
I'm the outreach coordinator there at Pearson Hall Alcohol Drug Abuse Treatment Center.
Awesome.
And we're getting ready to have a big event.
Okay. And this event is going down on Thursday. But tell us a little bit about what Pearson Hall is and what you all do there.
Pearson Hall is an alcohol and drug rehabilitation center.
Mm-hmm.
It specializes in detox and just overall residential treatment facility
Okay.
for those battling addiction and just looking for a new start, preparing themselves with coping skills and just psycho evaluations based on the contemplation stage of change.
Oh, I love it. Harold Rogers, case manager over at Pearson Hall. And then Miss Coleman, like you said, prevention. So before that cycle, before you get into addiction, you are focusing on the prevention. Hey, before anything starts, let me give you information. Let me teach you. Let me tell you. That's what you do, right?
I used to.
Okay, what are you doing now?
I'm doing outreach. And what we're trying to do is let people know about a big event that we're sponsoring. I did have these two people to come aboard and help with this event. And Harry is from the clinical department, and uh, Ayana is from prevention.
Okay. So roles have changed a little bit, but same concept. Before before you get into it, awareness is the best thing. Like I need to let you know what's available to you, what programs are out there. So tell me about some of the people and some of the organizations who will be at the event on Thursday.
Okay, some of the people that will be there will be Meal Pharmacy. We also have let's see. We got so many. We got
Bradford.
Jefferson County Senior Citizen Division. They're going to be there.
Okay.
We got Oswell and Oak Street.
Mm-hmm.
We have just so many of them. I just can't think of all of them, but we got a lot of them.
And these resources are for the general public to come out and be able to take part in what's happening. So, Yana, tell me a little bit about what the prevention department is doing specifically to make this event happen.
Right. All right, so this event is going to be a vital event for the community. We're going to be raising awareness about the reality and the success of recovery. And this event is going to connect both individuals and families to the life-changing resources from those different vendors that Miss Angie Coleman just mentioned. And we're going to support those struggling with addiction, and we're just going to celebrate the hope and the healing that comes with that. And we also want to give a special shout out to some of our sponsors that's helping us put on this event. We couldn't have done it without them.
For sure.
We have Starbucks and 5 Points. We have Shots on 3 photo booth. We have Bradford at Warrior. And then we also have Mills Pharmacy. And then we also have the Lowriders Motorcycle Club.
Okay. So Thursday, what time Thursday?
We're going to start at 10 o'clock and we're going to end it at 2. We're going to have a DJ out there to keep it live and going. And like I said, we're going to have lots of vendors out there, and we're going to have door prizes. And we're going to have JJ Pruitt. He's going to show up too to do some MC, maybe for an hour.
Okay. Thinking about what the community needs right now and what you're seeing as far as case management and just working in the field of addiction and substance use, what are some things that family members need to know so that they can come out and get these resources?
Overall, the awareness, I think as a community, we need to know what resources are available, and not only the resources, what they particularly offer. I've been in Birmingham for about 20 years, and honestly, I've been working in addiction for about 4, and I have just been baffled to just realize that there is help here. A lot of times people say nobody cares, there's nothing here. I've worked for two nonprofit organizations, and they both specialize in recovery services. So I think if you have the awareness, knowing that if you have a love member or yourself and you are struggling, you're interested in getting help, you need to realize that there is a facility that you can go to and detox for 14 days. If you are looking for continued treatment, we have a 3 to 6 month program where you can get residential facility, which means you can stay there.
Awesome.
You can meditate. You can focus, like I say, on coping skills. You can be connected to resources. You can get the therapy. You can get your teeth fixed. You can get eyeglasses. You can get, like
Okay.
I say, those ready and need accessible things that everybody need on a day-to-day basis to
Mm.
restore themselves, like I say, to a productive life, based on the things that we all need, especially, like I say, those that's battling addiction. So overall, it's the awareness.
Awesome.
And another thing is, it's a small fee, but if you don't have it, we're not going to turn you away. We're going to still give you the services and the treatment that you need.
That was my next question.
Mhm.
So on Thursday, people can come out and gather all of this information plus the information of other organizations as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Awesome. So give us the full details on the event on Thursday, the name of it, the location, all the details.
2701 Jefferson Avenue, Southwest. And it's at Pearson Hall. You may know it, but it's Alcohol Drug Abuse Treatment Center. But it's at the Pearson Hall building on Jefferson Avenue. And it starts at 10, end at 2. And just bring your stuff out there. You could bring a tent, you could bring your armchairs, because we're going to be there during that time. And we want you to stay a little bit and kind of enjoy free food and water and sodas and just mingle with us and know that it's life after recovery.
Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for
Anything
having
else?
me.
Anything else that you could think to add that the people need to know for Thursday?
Yes, and we just want to give a special shout out to Lady Woo at V94.9,
thank
her
y'all.
co-host as well, for having us tonight.
For sure. For sure.
Thank you.
This is vital. So you all make sure that you are there Thursday, Pearson Hall. What's the address? One more time.
2701 Jefferson Avenue, Southwest.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to tell you more about that and remind you. Thank you, A. Michelle, for posting that information on our comments. Thursday, 10 to 2. It's a resource fair just for you with the Pearson Hall staff, the team, and all of the other recovery options and support that you can think of on Thursday. Yeah, this is the third Sunday right here on V94.9 WATV with the Abby Award-winning show. The crew is about to come back in the studio because we are doing DMR. Everybody always looks forward to DMR, and the topic tonight is going to be hot. Last month, we talked about toxic masculinity and fading femininity, and today, oh boy, we got a hot topic for you. Hang around for that. We're going to chop into some election stuff and take a sneak peek into that, I guess, Eddie. J-Head, I think that's where we're going to go with it. We're going to see what Trump has been up to as well. See what Trump has been up to in D.C. Heard he's been causing some commotion, had a meeting with Putin, all of these different things. So we're about to chat about that as soon as the crew returns to the studio. We're going to jump into that. Eddie, how was your week?
My week was pretty chill. Got a lot of new clients, so hearing a lot of new stories, which is why I enjoy doing therapy. So just kind of getting back into the swing of things after this summer vacation, school starting back. So just hitting the ground running with the school year. I got school contracts, so I'm into school. So just getting busy, staying busy.
Nothing different. Nothing too extraordinary.
Nah, nothing spectacular.
Okay. I don't know what J-Head is doing over there, but how was your week, sir?
All right, what's going on, B-Ham? Week was great, really great.
Okay.
So school is back and settled, so we're enjoying life right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, for me, it was week. Made it to another Sunday. You are welcome. Made it to another Sunday. Looking forward to the week that's coming, and tackling some great things there. That's about the size of what I got. That's about it. All right. Rod, what you talking about? How was your week? What's going on? I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yeah, let us know how your week was. Ms. Woodruff Cooper, let us know how your week was. Check in. The ladies are back in the studio. How was your week? I don't know.
I had a good week. How's your week been?
It's been, and it's still just in that state. I'm ready to get into hearing you all because what's going on. Okay, so what's going on? How was your week, Miss Wendy?
I I shipped off my son to college this week, so I am asking for prayers. I really feel like there should be a support group for parents that are empty nesting at such a young age because
Yeah.
it is a lot of us.
Yeah.
So
How you feeling about it?
My sentiment is, the people at the funeral that are hollering, like making all the noise, are usually the ones that haven't done anything for the person or hadn't been around,
Ooh.
and I don't have that. Like, I'm sad, but I know I did my job.
Okay.
So I didn't bust out crying. I didn't do all that. I just was like, oh my God, this is a new thing for you. I didn't make it about me.
Come on.
So I had to make it about him, and he's excited, so I'm excited for him.
But you cried in the car though.
I didn't even cry in the car. I couldn't. I had people in the car with me. You had to cry in the shower.
Yeah. In the pillow, like
I cried before I went. So it was.
Okay.
I'm glad that I'm mature. I'm mature enough to be like, hey, this isn't even about me. It's about him.
I
So,
love that.
yeah, but I still need support.
I got you, girl, because I'm ready to get there. Okay. Countdown has begun.
Yeah.
Attorney Kristen French, how was your week?
My week was great.
Awesome.
It was busy as always, but still great. What did we do? We saw Teddy swim
Woo! Yeah, it was such a good
Friday.
time.
It was amazing.
On our parade.
Wait a
sorry.
minute. Next
Yeah.
time we're gonna go.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
It really was good.
She came back with a tan and a concert.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. It's always you. It's always that one.
Ooh.
And then I had the opportunity to attend the Culture City Ball.
Yeah.
You continue to poop on our parade.
And
okay.
it was so awesome.
You're gonna go next
Had
time.
an amazing time.
$20,000
Y'all should
table
definitely
That's
check
what it was.
at
out.
minimum.
Oh. Well, bloop.
Yeah.
On everybody's parade. That's what's up.
Check
This
out
is-
Culture City, y'all.
Yeah,
They're doing
that's
some
great
things.
exposure there.
I'm
A
gonna be
Michelle
quiet now.
said, week was amazing. My book, Anchored in Hope, God Said Live, is now on Amazon. Congratulations on that. Part of my personal healing and deliverance. I'm so humbled and excited as well. So shouts out to her for getting her book out this week on Amazon. Y'all support the sister. Everybody else, if you want to check in and let us know how your week was, let us know. For some reason, by the time we get to Sunday, I have forgotten how the week went. However, I remember like the most recent. So I remember earlier today. That was good. Teddy Swims was great. I mean, seriously, it goes away. It really I can't file it. It goes away. Friday night was good. Saturday night was out again, real cute. Went good. And today, here we are. So I give you just enough. I hold just enough space to be able to report if it was good and if I'm ready to get to the next week. And I must say that I'm ready to get to the next one. And this is how we do it, by kicking it off on the show. So it's the third Sunday. And boy, I tell you, I could talk about so many things when it comes to DMR.
You don't want to, but I think you should.
You ain't in the mic.
You don't want to talk about it, but I really think you should.
Y'all are not ready for this.
We are ready, as the world is ready.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. No,
You
no.
might really bless somebody.
Yes.
It's not time yet. Still,
Oh,
still
okay.
brewing.
It's vital.
It's still brewing. Yeah, look, I don't even know what it is. It's brewing.
Anything with you is vital.
Woo, you're right.
Everything about Woo is vital.
You're right. Okay, we're gonna save it. I think there are so many other things, like whatever it is that we talk about DMR. I got a story for it. Yeah. Look at Jonathan. So we got a topic here to kick us off and get us going. And which one of y'all said that? It was two topics that came up this evening. Attorney Kristen French, DJ French Kid, said the first one. And the first one, what did you say? Because I was like, that is a great question. What was that?
Which one? About why men are in fear of successful women? Is that what I said?
That one? It was that one. Do. Why do men fear successful women?
Yeah.
Or why they're intimidated by
Yeah, I got talking about
That.
that part.
You got to.
Why are they
intimidated by them is the bigger question.
Because I was actually talking
to somebody about this earlier.
like what's intimidation for men dating successful women or being in relationship with.
With successful women. 994-8949 is the number, because I mean, you all may have better answers to that. Inferiority, I know Eddie's gonna say what he's gonna say, and it's pretty standard when it comes to these conversations. But like, as a woman who, I told y'all last time we talked about something like this, I've been asked the question, why you going back to school again?
Ooh.
So that you can call me Dr. Wu in the bedroom. Why not?
What's up, Doc?
Okay, like, what type of answer do you want? What type of question is that? So you how many jobs you guys? Many as I need. I'm very talented and I use it. I use them all. You should do something. You should get some. That's not, those aren't my true answers, but why would you be intimidated and not supportive? Because I'm gonna support you. I want you to be there. I want you to be with me. I want you to cover me.
I've heard that one of the reasons is because the behaviors that come with a woman that one of the reasons that I've heard is that the behaviors that come with a woman that's successful, most men, they don't tolerate that.
Tolerate.
Yes, that was the word that was used, because they usually look for a woman that's submissive. They look for the support from the woman to help them to get to where they're going, instead of the woman already being there. And that's the point of intimidation, because if you're already there, what can I possibly add to you or do for you? Because I don't want to do anything for you because you've already done it.
Damn, that's such a warped way of thinking.
Yeah, but that's what most men have a problem with, because the woman is already up there. And so I just say you should date within your league, or
So look, up there, who, this is the thing. Who said I was up anywhere? Who said that?
I did.
Okay. So I said it myself.
Yeah, but I mean, because the work that you put into something, I mean, you're saying that's what you want and what you want to be and who you are. So if I'm this person, if I put this much work ethic into who I am and what I've become, I expect for someone to be either on my level or above me, so that I could learn more from you.
Okay.
That's not saying that I'm more than you or I'm better than you, but I've put more tools into bettering myself. So if you can't handle that, you just should date someone that's, either beneath you, below you, or can help you get somewhere, because usually that's what it is with a man.
I like, when I hear you loud and clear. And so when we have these conversations, I'm going to have them very generally and very open, and ask these questions, because, hey, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But check this out. When you talk about how you see yourself, I may see myself as the best, but that doesn't mean that I'm better than the rest when it comes to just being a fair, humble person. I just work hard.
Yeah.
I like growth. I like evolution. I like knowing things. And I do want somebody around me that's the same way, but I don't want you to feel inferior to my drive. You shouldn't feel like I am, you too good for me. Like, if you feel like that, I don't want you, because you shouldn't feel that low in yourself, right? Don't be intimidated by the fact that I am.
And now most women
hug it, love it.
Most women that are grounded and they're not chasing something, they're not chasing an image, and it's really just genuinely who they are. They don't have that issue, because like attracts like. I'm going to attract the person that's for me, or a man that's just like me. And we can do this together. And then what's so crazy about that is that woman is actually still very feminine, still very submissive. So you have the best of both worlds. I might be a beast in these streets. I might be a beast in business.
But
I could close the deal.
Baby.
But in the bedroom and at home, I can cook a mean steak for you. You know,
whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so many different thoughts and ideas about this, just all types of stuff. I want to hear from everybody on this topic, because there are a lot of successful women around. I mean, we I'm not who I am because I'm striving to outdo the man next to me. No, I'm who I am because that's what I'm supposed to be. It has nothing to do with partnership or DMR. It's who I am. And that should not intimidate you. That should really drive you. You should want to be connected to that. You should not feel any kind of way about it. Somebody said, this is why women are partnering with their homegirls more so and relinquishing themselves of relationships. They aren't concerned about partnering with men or having those type relationships. They just build where they can. All right. There we are. Don't be afraid to talk about it.
To speak
9948949. Come on, Eddie.
To speak to the submission piece, submission is relative. Men don't like to hear this, but you will lead. You will be followed when a leader shows up.
Come on.
The problem is trying to convince somebody to be submission. That's already an insecurity. That's already a turn off for the person that you want the thing from.
Repeat that one right there. You just said.
Requesting submission, you already done failed, bro.
Hello?
It's a wrap. Like that. That's not how submission comes about. That's not how a person follows a leader. A person follows a leader that has a vision, that has the capacity and the skill and the mindset to actually lead. You know, so, and again, what we was talking about, what I always bring to this conversation is patriarchy. Because I want y'all to be investigating the system that men created for us, this old antiquated system that we're still trying to operate from. It has left men with this entitlement that says that you're supposed to be this high above a woman when it comes to payment, this high above the woman when it comes to
a man.
If you grasp onto that too tightly, yes, when a woman make more money, you're going to be intimidated. Yes, when a woman is bold and confident about herself, you're going to be intimidated. Once you let go of the belief that you're supposed to have those things, then you'll be seeking partnership differently. But now you're looking for it in the realm of having power over somebody. When you let that go, it'll be so much easier to engage with women who are willing to follow your vision. But when you show up and say why you got 2 jobs or why you got that degree, it's already a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have to investigate how deeply tied we are to that thing, especially in the Black community, because white supremacy is what limits our ability to have the kind of financial stability that white men have. And so the idea that we're supposed to be operating off of this male template that white men created for white women, and we're supposed to be doing the same thing between us and Black women, that just, it's not going to work like that. And again, I be talking about how as a community, as Black men, we have not sat down and asked ourselves, how do we want to exist as Black men? We have not. So we are operating off of a white male template of male existence for ourselves, and it just don't work for our community because of white supremacy. And until y'all start investigating patriarchy, investigating the intersection of white supremacy and how it's impacting all of us and our Blacknesses, then we as men, we will, at some point, we'll come to understand that our Blackness is a much more important choice over our maleness within the Black community.
Building, yes.
Okay. DMR third Sundays, y'all. Tonight's topic is gonna go in so many different directions. The base topic is that men that may not be accomplished are intimidated by women who are. And I'm thinking, as all of that was just said, who defines success and accomplishment? Like, where does that lie? Like, just because I am this, you should still be able to see that. Just because I am, thriving, you should still be able to see empathy and compassion and love and all. You should still be able to see my femininity and my humanness in spite of my accomplishments. Should.
I want to ask the question to the panel. Where does the theme and thought of submission come from?
Well, I mean, originally, at least the idea is that it comes from the Bible somewhere.
Okay. Ladies.
I'm uncertain. Like, I don't know.
Will? Do you subscribe to the Bible?
Yes.
Do you follow? Okay. Do you think that's okay? So what?
I think. I mean, to me, although I see it in the Bible, I see it everywhere in nature where there's a male and a feminine counterpart. Even in the wild, the male counterpart kind of runs the pack, and the women, it's just evident everywhere where there's a masculine and a feminine.
So just a divine order of things.
Well, I've been studying ants. That's been my series. Proverbs 6, the lesson of ants.
They dope.
The male does not run the colony.
Oh.
The queen does.
The
right?
queen does.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked that question because if you're a believer and you believe the word, then you will follow it.
Okay.
Money, titles should not change the model. But people do change when they get those things because they feel that it brings them power. But in essence, submission biblically is both of them. submitting to one another. Everybody runs past the previous verses, just 20, and go straight to 21 that says women ought to submit. But the verse prior to that says, submit yourselves to one to another. Your inability to submit is causing her not to submit. But a woman will submit if she knows what that looks like. And what is she submitting to? So it's not blind submission. You have to prove something because nobody's following you in a hole, right? And I just think brothers just get locked in on that one side of submission.
Yeah.
But as a role, it's that in role. It's not that in humanity. It's not that in life. It's a role. And people just don't have a good understanding of the roles.
Okay. And like you said, leadership. I don't care where I am and who the leader is. If I do not agree and I see that you are messed up and trifling or whatever it is that I can't follow, it's gonna be some pushback. That's just what it is. But if you are on point, it's clear, it's concise. I know what doctrine you follow. It makes I understand your leadership style. You are fair. You are giving. You are empathetic. You are these things that you have these qualities that a leader should have that I align with. There will be no pushback. I can submit, Master, if you make it make sense, Miss Gavan. Make it make sense, Attorney Kristen French.
Now I done told you.
Don't say okay. I ain't gonna say it no more. Wendy, cook me up another saying. We can't say make it make sense no more.
Listen, hey.
Okay, Michelle, get to work on it. Okay.
Ephesians 5:21
Come on,
says,
sister.
submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. And then it says, in the context of Christian relationships, this verse emphasizes the importance of mutual submission and respect within a community, particularly within a marriage. It suggests that believers should prioritize the needs and well-being of others, motivated by their love and reverence for Christ.
Ha!
This is the problem.
Okay.
The problem is, for the sake of simplifying this sentiment, Christianity, patriarchy, and white supremacy all came over here on the same boat that black people was on the bottom of.
Oh, what? Huh? On the same boat? They was on the same ride.
They came over here on the same boat. Those ideals that come along with it. So that's not to condemn Christianity in itself, but the messages from Christianity, the same with slavery, the same with male hierarchy. It's been altered by the supremacy of whiteness and the supremacy of man to serve man and whiteness more than it is to serve God. And so in these conversations, when you isolate that out, it's like, yeah, submission is this, but like, what's the definition of submission in your individual relationship? And are you just using the context of submission in the Bible to just get a woman to do what you tell her to do? Because I've worked with people who a man being the head said he run everything, but he's not letting his accountant wife handle the finances in the house. And he's messing the money up.
Like, bro, why? What are we doing?
Yeah. There's a certain point at which the concept of submission becomes less practical and more fantasy because it caters to that male fantasy of power. And I would go in to say that's also what a woman who makes more money than a man does. It's not that a woman will use her finances and her status as something against you. It's just you don't even get to that point because you already have your insecurity showing up just for the fact that she got more than you.
Yeah.
Like I believe that, again, if a woman make more than you and you can erase it being a problem for you, you can address that person more neutrally. Another thing is that like those things highlight your own insecurities about your lack of success if you're not where you want to be while she is where she want to be.
Come on.
How do you get past that? How do you deal with that? One part of it is, yes, we got to deal with patriarchy, but another part of it is we got to deal with our own individual shortcomings of our future. And again, black men's shortcomings is more so a condemnation of white supremacy than it is the women that we try to blame for becoming successful in their own right.
Come on. Individuality and the work that you put into yourself, which prepares you to be able to be a balancer in this act. If it scales and your partner's up here and you aren't doing anything to meet them or to better yourself, it's not going to be a happy situation. Y'all quiet tonight. Not in these comments, though. Hey, not in these comments, though.
I want to know where the turn of the tide happened because even before, when women, I feel like the women have always been the managers You give the woman.
We
the
always
things.
come back to that, huh?
We always have been managers. So when you say the ants, we there are certain instances where women we rule things, and we have always managed the resources. And I just want to know what happened. What do you think happened with the turn of the tide with that? Because men have always acknowledged that back in the day when we were growing up. What did he do? He came home and handed the check to his woman and said, "Hey, manage this, make sure the house has this and this and this." And I felt like that was a role of submission. The woman chose the leader, but then the man also acknowledged that this is who I choose to manage my resources. So I think that's the give and take of submission from the man and the woman. So what happened with that?
Well, I think that that experience don't exist in a bubble because men at that time still had a lot of problematic male behaviors. So if a woman could keep the household together and can keep the finances together and keep everything running, where is the loyalty to not, having kids outside of this house? Where's the loyalty to not putting your hands on me? Where is actually being present for the kids, outside of that, like putting everything on me,
Yeah.
And so
even when the situation, no, I was saying even not the negative side, not just pulling from the negative, but in those instances where it worked, where it was a positive environment, where we used to have shows that portrayed a positive black family, where there were women that made more, like the Huxtables. They were equals, but you still saw how Claire submitted and Cliff was just as submissive.
Hey,
so
go ahead.
I just want to know what happened to that narrative because it made sense. Back in the day, we could make everything make sense, man. But
yeah.
but I just feel like once you make that choice, you choose your mate.
Okay.
You put all of your feelings and faith or whatever you're devoted to God, Christianity, whatever. You make your choice. But then what happens after you make the choice?
Okay, pause that. I want to just do this because every time we have this conversation, we end up talking about the Cosby Show. I want to list the shows that had great black parents and couples. I want to talk about Rochelle and Julius on Everybody Hates Chris.
Mhm.
Y'all,
Yes.
ideal.
Yes.
I don't need this. My man got 2 jobs. First of all, I want to talk about Florida and
that example is problematic.
But still, I want to keep going.
Example is problematic.
Oh no, that's my favorite. I want to keep going. Julius was the
It could be your favorite, but
how is it problematic, Eddie?
because it's counterintuitive to the
Oh,
existence.
wait a
Talking
minute.
about
Just-
wanting it's
wait a minute.
counterintuitive to the
Hold
successful
on,
woman.
don't do that. Put a pin in it. Hold on, because Rochelle was successful. I'm not playing. She ran that. Okay. How about Family Matters, y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Carl.
Come on, Carl and Harriet. What you think? How
Carl
did they
and
do
Harriet.
Harriet was at home. Carl went. He was a police officer.
Did y'all know that Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers?
I thought it was Full House.
Perfect Strangers. They both worked in the same the same building.
Really?
She was administration or the front desk clerk, and he was a security guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
then they came on up.
Yes.
How about Florida? I mean, not Florida.
So they were
moving on
equitable.
up.
They were both work. They were working in the same space. They
That's
had
cool.
the same.
That's cool. Let's move on up to the east side. The Jeffersons, right? How was that? What's that? How'd that look?
Did they have kids?
I don't think they paint the successful woman part though.
Did they have children on the Jeffersons? Didn't they have a son?
Yeah, they had a son.
Yeah. So what was that couple like? What did that look like?
Oh, I'm sorry.
George. That's what it was.
So he ran
George
it.
and Weezy,
They
baby.
They had a business together.
Yeah.
They ran the cleaners. Let's talk about let me think.
Moesha, was that a
Yeah.
good one?
D and what is not? Yeah.
They were good at problem solving.
Okay.
Fresh
together.
Prince of
Okay.
Bel-Air.
Yeah. Come on, Uncle Phil.
and Vivian.
Yeah. Yep.
What did Vivian even do?
It don't matter.
Any of
She
them.
took in
Oh,
someone
she
else's
was,
child.
She was smart.
I just
Yep.
remember that dance.
She was the sister that made it out the
Yeah,
hood
she
and
was a
her.
professor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there are
She
so
was,
many
yeah.
examples of other families and couples working through things and showing you balance. But I want to go back to why Eddie said my favorite ain't the one.
Yeah.
I'll watch every episode of Everybody Hates Chris
Me too.
every day. Oh,
No, everybody
Everybody
hates
hates
he's
Chris.
talking about Rochelle and Julius. Why?
I think the only reason that was really problematic is because the husband merely worked himself to death.
But he
Yeah.
loved it,
No, he
No.
did. It wasn't the
and
love
he was a
for it.
landlord.
It
And
wa-
he was frugal, but he was kind.
I think that might be the problem in some households because we think they love it, but they're doing it out of need.
Well, tell me that you don't love it. But Julius was rich.
Yeah, he was because he managed.
He didn't
his
need it.
resources
Like he
well.
didn't need to just. He did that because he loved it.
Well, me and your work would indicate that a man that does that and the way that he was doing it is a trauma response.
Yeah, it was.
He had a poor childhood and he's working himself to death because of that poor childhood. He's squeezing every single penny to the point that like
we gonna buy
family
cookie.
ain't experiencing the money in the way that they could be, and his wife is okay with that.
Well,
she should be okay with that.
Here's one since
mean,
you threw it out there, the trauma response. But how about going back to the original statement? What if that's the model that everybody's following? Like you have to see submission in real life, in real time, right? So not many have a good model, especially brothers. Like we grow up in a single home, and so that submission is a different type of relationship.
Okay.
Right. And so most brothers are looking for that one, when in reality we should be looking for that one.
All right, I like that point, and I want you to pause on that because I want to come back to you and ask about what that looks like coming from a single mother situation, or either like a stepdad stepping in. Your dad ain't there to show it. Do you respect him enough to get it from him? We'll come back to that. I want to go to this comment. I have to chime in on this one. It's really not about all that. It's more about time. When a man is in a relationship, he makes room and makes time for her. So he is expecting her to reciprocate. And when she already has so much to do, like the jobs, kids, and so on, when she says she wants to, then do something else. He feels like, where do I fit in? Those plans, because I made time for you. Now you are taking the time that's supposed to be for me and doing other stuff.
To me, that sounds like that's
personal. That person, because I'm making time for Mike Boo.
That is very personal, and I hate that was your experience, but that was very personal.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
That was too specific.
So 4520111 Vital Life Family Counseling, always available. Because you might need to really talk through that, because that is not the experience. So like Wendy, when we get off work, hey, during the day texting, want to make time for you.
Yes, like my friend and I said the same thing. The way relationships usually happen is after a while, it's every day. You check it. Hey, what you doing when you get off?
Good
Okay,
morning,
I'm coming
good
over
night.
there. What we doing?
Yes.
It becomes an everyday thing. It becomes a routine. It's just when it gets out of that routine, when you get comfortable. What happens when you get comfortable? People change, or they slack and they feel like it's okay. But yeah, that was a very personal experience. Or I'm sorry that happened to you.
Look at this one.
What?
We're so talking about submission. I'm not sure which part she's replying to exactly, but she said that's when he had one woman. Now he got two women and a man.
Wait,
now
that's personal too. Oh my God, today, guys.
I mean,
my God, today.
hey, okay. None of those shows address family with stepchildren. They address families with nephew moving from Philly.
Moesha actually addressed that because he actually had a whole child that he was claiming to be the nephew, but it was actually his son. If y'all remember, that was Ray J.
It was show Ray J.
Yeah, so they do address those issues in those successful Black shows.
Okay,
y'all just didn't watch all the seasons
because when we sat down and watched it, we watched all of it. Yeah. Okay, so going back to what I had said. Okay, then the other one right here. Some men are in competition with their women, so we'll put a pin there as well. All right. Oh, they in competition with their mama. So that kind of goes back to that single mom, son situation. And it's very much subjective. Like, this may not be my experience, but let's think about it. Let's look at it from the outside looking in. If I'm a boy being raised by my mom, just like I'm a girl being raised by my dad, what does that look like without the other piece of that puzzle? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What am I being taught?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But I think it could go the other way too, because for a woman, she needs to see that as well.
Yeah.
And so, you know, especially in my practice, there are a lot of women who have dominant personalities because mama was the dominant one in the home. You need to see that model. You need to see that worked out. And if you make one up, you in fantasy land. You have expectations that may or may not be realistic to a context of marriage.
That's true. I actually have a friend who's kind of like that. Like, we sit around and we have conversations like this, and my parents are married. They've been married for maybe 28 or 29 years, something like that. But anyway, so like I grew up seeing my parents married, and then my friends, they grew up with single moms. So one of my friends, she said that she doesn't really have like anyone that's married in her family. She's seen no relationships growing up. So when she came to find out that like sometimes like married people like go through issues, she had no idea of that. She thought like once you're married, like it's just perfect. everything's fine. So her view on relationships is extremely warped. So it's like I think it's good that we have these conversations. So
Yeah.
like she has that perspective and that knowledge, at least for me, like, girl, just because you're married does not mean that it's gonna be okay all the time. It's still a relationship, you know?
I wonder how that. So I see in TV. That's how my mind works. I see scenes and episodes and all that type thing. So how does that look? I wonder how that looks to her. Like we got married, and as soon as we said "I do," life was just great.
I think
Yeah.
she probably saw what she saw on TV, and
Which
was it.
wasn't
She
great,
had
'cause they
if she saw the
No.
Cosby Show, she probably thought it was great.
Now, I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you
Cliff.
what kids be seeing that come up with this. What happens is they parents isolate issues so deeply that the kid never see big issues and they never see the resolution to the issues. It's just a whole lifetime of parents kind of gatekeeping their children seeing that. And it's admirable for what the intention is, but the outcome be a person that's 18 and don't believe no relationship have no problems because they've been
none of them
shielded from
work.
seeing them.
Right.
That's real. And that's why my mom is like always grown up saying like, or she grew us up saying like she didn't want to show us like a perfect relationship or show them like not being at odds with each other because
Yeah.
that's just not real life.
I didn't see.
You know?
Yeah, I have met my parents and have heard them do a DMR show. I didn't see them having issues.
So, but on what we were talking about, I don't forgot. Go ahead.
Well, so because I was gonna say, never mind.
No, but I was saying the competition part. I was saying on the other end of
Okay.
the spectrum about the mothers. When I said they were in competition with their moms, a lot of men didn't come from households where women were nurturing to them.
Yeah.
So that's the end that I was speaking from. It wasn't that, they had women in their life that was nurturers. No, these men are in competition with their women because they hate their moms.
That's where I be going, Wendy.
They hate their
for
mothers.
all the different reasons.
Yeah, they hate their mothers. Their mothers wasn't present. They left them with somebody else, and they get with this woman that's very successful, and then they relate all of that because my mom was successful without me. So I'm fixing to counteract everything you're doing. I have a contradiction for everything you say works right because you didn't see it working right with you and your mom. So why is it working right for you?
I would say it ain't even got to be a woman that's successful. It could just be a woman that triggers a memory of what mama was doing. Right. So it could be a statement. It could be an action. It could be asking them to wash dishes in a certain, it's a whole bunch of things that's trauma responsive. Yeah, because my mama did all these things.
Yeah, or she was present, but she dated men that weren't my daddy, and that bothered me because my daddy should be. So now I'm blaming my mama for that. My mama couldn't get me the things that I needed in a timely fashion, so I feel like I'm mad about that. I need mental help. My mom had me in the classes I shouldn't have been in, and she got mad at me when I ain't make the good grades, and she beat me up. That was had mama.
And this is how patriarchy comes into play, y'all.
Okay.
Why I'm in this hot?
Get out.
No, but no, seriously, I had a friend to tell me that his aunt actually told him he should just be a plumber and had him in the classes with the trailer. And he was smart, but because his mother was not present,
that's the decision his auntie made.
His auntie said, "You supposed to be in these classes in this hot trailer."
She should have been in that hot trailer
class because they had L.
But not knowing that them plumbers gonna make all their money.
Not knowing, because his mom lives well. His mom is still living, and she lives well. But I think that's what.
So now I want to beat up.
That might not be so bad. AI is getting rid of everybody, but they can't get rid of plumbers and electricians.
Okay,
but what
good outlook.
They start
on the bright side
making the tools that can do the jobs instead of having the person to do them.
Hey, have you been seeing the robots falling and
throwing tantrums?
Girl.
Yes.
Yes. You ain't been seeing these robots glitching?
Yeah.
Man, I got to pull up one. And this robot fell for 10 minutes.
And kept running into the curb. Step up.
Yo, that robot fell for 10 minutes. It was just, I gotta find it. I watched it 10,000
to add a little
times.
piece in Los Angeles, they got them Waymo vehicles,
Yeah,
self-driving AI vehicles with nothing in it,
Nope.
and they glitch out sometimes. They just be kind of cocked on the corner a little bit, and it's like everybody gotta go past it. It auto-correct itself at some point, or somebody in the home office fix it. But I'm like, bro, I don't know if I trust these cars around.
Let me
like
tell
this.
you, how about I just get me a robot man? Let's just segue. Let's make a good segue. You build a bear. Let me build a man and put him in one of the robot shells.
Fantasy.
Give me all I want.
He ain't got no
Everything I
beard, baby.
need.
He ain't got no beard.
I'll draw it.
He doesn't have a beard. He don't have.
We'll
that
make
chest.
one.
You can't lay on there and hear that heartbeat.
We gon' put one in that chest,
Nah,
in
no,
that
ma'am.
cavity
No,
there.
ma'am.
If a man can get a man piece, a robot can get a man.
You hear me?
Man beard.
Get him a little bun or whatnot. Put him a shirt on and make him soft. All right. All right. You were listening to the Abby Award winning show right here on B94.9 WATV on third Sundays. It's DMR, dating, mating, and relating. Let me tell you, Kendra, you're such a hater. Man, Kendra is a hater. Hater. You all will still complain. Boy, I made you, baby. I'm not gonna complain about you. I did the chip. I taught it what I needed to know. We in there. We'll still complain.
But how sensible would it be? Would this be too perfect for people to actually just choose to be with people that
Kendra
they're
you talking to?
supposed to be with and follow what the yellow and red signs are? And when you have issues, to say, hey, this might not be for me, and walk away instead of saying, I'll make it work.
We have attachment
mean,
issues.
okay.
It's our attachment styles.
Okay. Can you give them the information again for counseling?
205. Well, don't come to me for it. 'Cause I'm gonna be like, hey, try it. You might like it.
No, ma'am.
Look, the way Kendrick be in these comment sections, you can't tell me he don't complain in no relationship.
I know Kendra be in there.
You know, so
Whoa,
what?
you ain't cooking fast enough. You need to get in there and put that shirt on that I bought you and laid on the bed. I don't want to wear that today. You got to wear that and submit to me right now.
People who have
I'm the
problems
man.
complain, as
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
And if you're not complaining and you putting complaining off on a whole gender, how are you addressing your problems in the relationship? I'm just. It always
994
baffles me.
994-8949. Go on, call us, brother.
I'm going to write that note, and I'm going to put the date, the time, the song I'm playing. What we used to put in the corner, top corner of those letters? Baby, I'm listening to Aaliyah, All For You.
4-page letter.
4-page letter. And I'm here thinking about you. I just want to let you know, this is how I'm feeling.
I still be doing
What
that.
happened to the notes?
I still do it.
That's when things work. When
Yeah.
you wrote me letters, and made me, when we
They
left the
can't read.
playground. Oh, they can't read. Oh, we are, after COVID, we
Yeah.
are doomed.
Can't read.
Dang, COVID messed up everything.
Wow. Well, 994-8949 is the number. I want y'all in on this conversation, y'all. Like, look, this is one of those conversations where, DMR is just so multifaceted because you're thinking about individuals trying to connect and trying to relate and trying to understand and wanting and having these desires of submission and reciprocity and expectations. But we don't come from the same families. We don't come from the same belief systems. We don't have the same experiences. We don't want to compromise.
So if
I
I'm
don't
not
know-
successful,
I don't
you
know
want
what
me to
y'all
go
gonna
home,
do.
Be broke, and then I'm a gold digger.
Oh man, so I
Dang,
can't be
I can't
successful.
win.
Oh, when to say that in the mic?
I'm saying if I'm not successful, I don't have a job, I'm not making money, I'm solely dependent on my husband or my boyfriend. I'm a gold digger.
Yeah,
And now you're
but I can
useless.
control you now. INDEPE it.
Jesus, what do you want from me?
You know what? A big problem in a lot of these conversations is such a deep misunderstanding of how complex the human experience is.
Yes.
If you gender anything or say this group does that, this group does that, you already you don't have enough information already. It's too much. I observe human behavior for a living. I don't work with a bunch of couples. I don't work with a lot of relationship issues, different genders, different religions. I have learned so much.
He got overwhelmed just then.
I've learned so much that I know that I still don't know enough to make any assessment about any particular group, individual, anything. It boils down to how willing you are to inquire about that particular individual. And if you walk into women, men, religious groups with this very rigid understanding of what you believe them to be, you already lost.
Yeah.
That relationship has already failed.
Yeah. Man, come on. Don't define me, the individual, to your expectations. You could compare and say, well, yes, you're not gonna fit into my warped sense of relating.
So when you have
not gonna
that
work.
and you're walking into something that open,
Yeah.
how do you kind of identify when people do have issues that are like putting restraints on their relationships, like when they are bipolar or when they are narcissistic?
Ask the right questions.
Like, so how do you know then if you're being so open and like, I just wasn't raised like him. That's just how he thinks. He's a narcissist.
Wow.
Well,
And got whole mental issues. And you over here talking about, hey, we're going to do great. Let me try this. So how do you identify that thing?
Well, I don't know if y'all knew this, but if you got a partner that got bipolar and you get married and you find out they bipolar, that's an annulment.
I know, but how if you're open, if you're being open and you're not putting any markers or identifiers on it, so how do you know this person
Showing
is
grace.
mentally ill?
Well, they should have
Right.
disclosed it to you.
They may
They
not
don't
be
know.
diagnosed. They're
Oh,
undiagnosed.
if they undiagnosed.
Yeah, they don't know.
2,000% of the time, it's I'm
Yeah,
undiagnosed.
they don't
and
know.
I'm just
That's how they-
spazzing and tripping.
Yeah, that's
Well,
how
like-
they were raised.
Well, you got to have your own boundaries for what that behavior is going to present to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's setting your own boundaries and having your no's and your yeses in
Yeah,
place.
like I already know if my partner, if one of my partners smoke crack, I walk in and see some nose bumps. It's a wrap. That's my bound. Like
I didn't
that,
even know people still smoke crack, but I found
What?
out.
Well,
we
you
talked
know,
about this.
Yeah, we
did.
talked about
You're
that.
it's
right.
a it's a downward spiral. It don't just start at
Slippery
crack.
slope.
you started a drug dealer that's willing to sell you some strange stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
we it's a circular conversation.
But like
Come on.
there are certain things that I already know from my own life experiences that I won't tolerate.
Right.
There's certain level of mental health stuff that I can't tolerate. And I do think that there is a window of I'm gonna assist my partner. I'll help you through this. But at a certain point, it's some stuff that you can't help. And it might sound bad or insensitive, but sometimes compassion for the other person is what you extend them to, give them a chance to recover from that thing with you. But compassion for yourself is also
It's gonna
knowing that
overrule
like
that.
I can't manage this. This is gonna be a lifetime of strife for me.
Man, what? All right, think about it. Listen to it. What does it sound like? What does it sound like for you? Yeah, so crazy.
Present.
Oh, like, are you really? Is that on the sidewalk?
Present.
Wow, I'm just looking at the camera. What is going on?
What happened? No, seriously. It was I had to make an executive decision
Yeah,
because there was nothing left except for down the street
yo,
in the area.
look at that note. Did I read my note?
The area.
Okay, then. So look at this.
I knew that was a boundary for me.
Oh, cousin said he gonna malfunction and put you in the hospital. So that goes to your like
Right.
when you don't know, when you think that it's just a like you just had a bad day or a hard day at work or whatever, and the stress level is this high, and you say some things, and I kind of think it might be a joke. Like, you can't be serious saying this, but then like you actually do something that shows me that you are serious, and it's like, well, your brain has to be dysfunctioned or disordered, because why would you think that made sense?
Right.
Then you swing at me, and I'm still shocked because I cannot believe you just did that.
And I can't move.
And it's because you are not just stressed, you have a condition.
Yes.
And now we are in this relationship. Is it that we don't ask enough questions? Is it that, like I say, we're up for the challenge and the excitement of it? Is it that
I think
people are lonely?
the opportunity,
Okay.
the time and the opportunity that it takes to trigger a person to act like that, because they have representatives for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they have the representative, they let a lot of things bypass. Oh, I'm not going to show myself yet. But as soon as you get comfortable and the right opportunity comes,
Okay. Whoa.
what if somebody did that?
But
I'll be like, I knew it. Then I'm gonna get my camera out and go live. Because what is you doing?
It's like they actually do it in real time though. It's like and scene, and then it's just like it flips. No, I'm just saying it's like
It is like
the
that. Then
sound is fitting
tomorrow-
to the behavior.
Yeah.
you know.
And then tomorrow's like, hey baby,
Nothing happened.
hey sugar, give me a kiss.
It was a real thing.
Get your ass back. These fingers. Get okay. Get. Y'all, our human existence grants us the ability to be monogamous or non-monogamous based on the individual. That's not a gendered concept, in my opinion. So it's not male or female that says I have to have 5 or 6. I think that's more male, though. Honestly, I really do. With that, to that comment, that's a more male-based behavior. I ain't around here trying to. No.
A lot of
No.
okay.
Say it.
Speak it.
we can't say that no more.
If you spend some time,
'cause
if
women
you spend
trying
some
to
time amongst the polyamorous community, what you find is that a lot of men want the power fantasy that come along with non-monogamy.
Okay.
A lot of men are not practicing genuine non-monogamy.
They just want all the
just
women. They
all
want the
women,
collection.
because the essence of polyamory is understanding that all of the people in this community are capable of loving multiple people.
Yeah.
But a certain group of men only want women to love other women and not other men. So they restrict women.
It's still
from that.
control.
It's called a one OPP or one
Control.
penis policy. Men be having that.
You're
Those
down
men,
with OPP. Yeah, you know me. Is penis on the list? No.
but that's where a whole bunch of men are not practicing it genuinely. But
Okay.
yes, the aesthetic of it looks like that because a whole bunch of men just want to harem of women.
Mm.
And no accountability and no responsibility.
And you can't afford it.
You a sucker.
Huh. Come on here. We're going to do 2 hours. 994-8949. It's the number. Third Sunday. DMR is like one of the hottest topics in the world. We're live right now on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. If you're in on the conversation, say something. This is one of those topics where you probably hear something that you can relate to in some form or fashion. And if it's something that you hear where you need a next step of like the next level of this conversation, Eddie, what's your contact information?
My content information?
Contact, purpose. Restorative, yeah.
You can 706-590-2630. You want to call or text me. Eddie Lamar Sharp Jr. on Facebook.
Just name your company.
Restoring Hopes Counseling.
We want to restore some hopes. And
Yes.
I want to make your life vital.
I want to restore this comment right here. Where did I want to hit the restore button on this?
Okay, which
like
one?
it was shut down. I'm trying to bring it back up. Why and who said that monogamy was not? Men aren't capable of monogamy, or that's not in their nature. Where did that come from? Because I hear that a lot, but I've never seen that anywhere where it's like men aren't built to be monogamous.
Oh,
so men are. You saying men don't have discipline?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're putting that on yourself. Yeah, so why are they saying like it's typical for a man to have a lot of women because we ain't built to be monogamous? Who told you
not
that?
built to be monogamous. That's
Yes,
all
I saw it.
is.
Who told y'all that?
It's like they need to stop speaking for other people and just speak for themselves. Everyone
Yes.
doesn't act like that, and a lot of people have restraint. And not only that, it's like within like a person not being able to control themselves, it doesn't mean that other people can't. You know?
Okay. Is it that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Like who told you that?
My private.
OPP.
Yeah. Told me that.
Oh, okay.
Wow, guys.
So I'm trying to understand that. Why would that man want one woman, especially as Eddie say, that's not in our makeup?
That's
the
the one I
same
was talking
reason.
about.
So you're talking about a successful man, right? I'm assuming, right? The same reason why successful women want men. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
He's saying why would it? And this is I hate this, and I hate this concept. I hate the fact that people think that once you're successful and you have money, you have power, then that gives you the ability or didn't give other women the choice to say, hey, I can't have you to myself and I'm not enough for you because you have money and you have power and you have influence. That just makes you an undisciplined fool.
Well, and my biggest issue is a lot of men that make these sentiments are men that are in relationships or believe in monogamous relationships. They just want to be able to do stuff on the side, and they justify the urges to do stuff on the side by saying that it's in our nature to do it. And that's just not reality. But also it don't even play to the social expectations of getting in a committed relationship with a person. Just be out of a relationship and doing whatever you want to do.
Right.
No,
the issue
because I
that
need
men
the
have
resources.
is
That's the control part.
Yeah, I
men
need the
don't want to
resources
be
of the
with women, but
relationship.
they don't want a woman to be with nobody else, and so they cuff a woman so that woman don't get with nobody else while they not ready to actually settle down. So they do whatever they want to do on the side, and these are the things that they use to justify all of that.
And you know why they do that? Because they don't want nobody to come back and say this person gave this person this and this person gave this person this. Because if all of my women are clean are only dealing with me, then I can't give anything to anybody.
And that's still not true, right?
BV.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys.
And that goes back a little bit to like the concept of patriarchy as it pertains to women used to be perceived as property, right? And so to them, that's just a car collection.
Let's go back to the top of the hour. We'll be right back. was met.
Well, let me say that men don't have to be intimidated by women if they let go of the expectations that women should exist in the way that they believe they should. And if you lead, then you'll be followed, regardless of whether she make more money or not. Don't get me wrong, that there are strong personalities and groups of people. There's women who have lived in matriarchal families where, yes, the women run everything. So that is out there, right? But the investigation of that woman should indicate that she's not compatible with you, and you go find your other person.
Okay. All right. Your thoughts on that one? That was just the first question. Yeah, like I guess she say, well, let me highlight a positive couple. Yeah, because everybody else around here tripping and negative and unhappy and non-submissive. So somebody submitted and they've celebrated 50 years of marriage. That's huge.
That's impressive.
I gotta be with you for 50 years. Like just you.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I will say I do think about that though, because me being in my 20s, a lot of my friends are like getting engaged, getting married, having babies and stuff.
Yeah, girl.
And I just feel like I'm not really ready for all of that yet, because I kind of view it from a standpoint where it's like I'm still learning myself as a woman. So it's like I feel like I still need this time to get to know me, for one. But then two, like if we're supposed to be together forever, I don't need to do that right now. Like my 20s until like my 80s, like that's a long time.
I got married at 23 the first time.
That's so young.
And that same year my daughter was born. That same year we graduated from college together. And then about 5 months later, I was like, I don't like you like that. I was 23.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
I totally get it. Because like I was in a
what am I
relationship
doing?
in college, yeah, but like if I would have like taken the route that my friends are taking and like gotten married to this person or whatever, I would be so miserable. And I saw that for myself. So no, I'm not in a rush for any of it. I'm okay with taking my time.
I'd have clap for you on that. Like knowing that and you knowing it before jumping in it, because it's the thing to do. So like I said, I've always seen marriages. I've seen success. My parents have been a successfully married couple, but then I also saw people married 5 times. I saw divorced people. I saw single people. So I had a wide array of relationships I observed, but I knew what I wanted. Then I thought that that's what I wanted, and he did too. We were trying to do what made sense, and I think a lot of people end up married early. And a lot of us do the first marriage because of that. Like it makes sense. We want to give our baby a family. We want to do it the right way. I love you so much. Then tomorrow I'd be like, man, who is you?
Yeah,
get out.
I felt all that.
You did, right?
Because, similar situation. I think I made it about 6, 7, 8 months, and probably about 3 into it, like not gonna work.
Wow.
Yeah, we last about a year and a half. You know,
not ain't that long.
Yeah.
Nah. But reasoning me.
Yeah.
Wanting to do the right thing. Quote unquote. But again, that goes back to what we said last. It's an expectation, and it's a behavior that was modeled to us, like your parents. Hey, just do the right thing, and it's that pressure. And like it is said, if you release that pressure, you don't have that expectation.
And so, and I got a feelings wheel in my office. On the other side of it, it's like a character trait, human quality wheel. And I sit down and ask, how did you choose your partner? What qualities did they have?
He was cute.
That you identified. Well, a lot of the
job?
times, those external things are what the decisions are made for, right? A woman who can cook, who can clean, who can bear your children, who sex you the way you want to be, and who can wash your clothes and do all that stuff. You choose her based off of those duties, but who is really in your house? Like how have you determined her level of kindness, her level of compassion and sympathy? Same thing for men. How do you determine whether a man what do you do with the red flags? Are you investigating that? Or is he just cute and he's willing to pay for all the dates at the nice restaurants that you go to?
And he'll go to church with me too sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna go and marry him.
Like, everybody can put that mask on,
go to a
and
dance,
be whoever they want to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But what is your investigation of looking past that mask? Do you even acknowledge that mask exists with everybody? We hear all the time. We date the representatives initially. And
at 22, 21, 18, 19, you don't. Like that ain't even what it's about at that point. It's about what your mind, your brain ain't.
Brain ain't developed.
Yeah, like we right here getting married. Ought to be illegal to get married before 30. Ought to be illegal. Let's see what these comments saying. Kendrick said Rock and Eleanor. We did not. We ain't think about Rock. Rock was a garbage man. Do you hear me? What Eleanor, a nurse? A nurse and a garbage man. Who made more? Who made more? Whose family was in the house? His brother, and his dad. And she was in there. How that even happen? How they got together? What's the backstory? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
That's a good one.
But it's an older.
School. What?
It's an older school family show.
What show is that?
Rock.
Oh.
Like when did
Because
that come on?
I mean, he led his house,
Yeah.
and she was the type of woman that would let him lead. But
It-
today we have
Let lead is
very
so
different
wild.
culture. And,
Let
and
lead.
I
That is
would
so
frame
crazy to
that
me.
differently. Rock had like leadership, like the way he handled them drug dealers that
Ooh,
time.
I mean,
Like he stood like his height was taller than he actually was.
Yeah, he was a
That's how
man.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he was just a man.
but that I think that changed the narrative from let.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
think
ain't had to let you lead. I ain't had no choice because
It's-
you lead. You just doing it.
What? No, because we got to be honest now.
Mhm.
Sisters that got a little something behind their name with a comma. You have to show the leadership, and you have to, right?
You had
We're
to
gonna
that when I was
question it
3.
for a while.
Well, let me paint a little example and ask you how you
Like
feel about this.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I got this.
Mhm.
You got to show me. I'm straight from Missouri, and you can't have no wheels, no cracks in the surface. Whereas most of the older generation, it was culture to let him lead. When I say let him, I'm meaning be in your role. Again, going back to the role. Just because you make $200,000 don't put you in another role to where
Right.
you're in power. But today's mentality in our culture today, that is the mentality.
But let me tell you how.
If you don't, y'all say it on the show. You're
I
not
just
gonna
wanted to-
date McDonald's.
Yes, I will. Is he bringing home dinner? Why not? He worked. I'm just come on. Come on.
I'm just saying, like,
He's a great guy.
This
He believes in God. He knows his dad.
It's an individual. thing.
Right. Like it just
Like the woman
What
that
is
make a
it?
lot
No
of money
period.
and just want a simple man in their life that just like working and come home and have time to cuddle. If he work a job
What
that
if
allow
it's
him
your
that freedom,
soulmate?
then she can have that. But I want to paint this is a scenario.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell you this how I look at it. If shots started ringing out outside, and you've been through that before, you've been through that before. You loaded up, you got your tool. You know what to do. You have the confidence to tell us, hey, look, this is what we need to do. Y'all need to go back here. We need to do all this, blah, 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 blah. And you got the plan. And we all be like, okay, yeah, we're going to do that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And you run it up. We don't even know if somebody coming in. You just jump into action and do all of the things that indicate that you know what to do. And we believe you because of how you're carrying yourself. And we do it. That's not us letting you do it.
Come on.
That
Eddie.
is us following leadership that seems to be very relevant for the moment.
That's it.
And that's what I mean. I don't think that's her letting him do it. I think that like let ain't even a scenario. It's
I
like you
see
don't
and
even think to
feel.
do it. It's just the thing that makes the most sense to follow. You are going to follow it unconsciously, most consciously sometimes.
Yeah. I love that. Better example. In the United States of America, we have a leader who we don't even really respect. So are you like really are any of us showing this honest allegiance to this leader because we trust his leadership and we with you 100%? Like,
no, you trust it's
You
not even a
respect
trust.
the
You respect
position.
the office. You respect the seat.
and then what?
I mean, of course, you advise differently, and that's the thing about it. Like, I think brothers get this bad rap, like they can't see a woman making more money, or they can't see a woman who has a couple of titles. That's just a real plain view of a guy. That's a simple-minded guy, because
Sir, I
if
respect
you're
you.
winning, we're winning.
Yeah,
That ain't
Yeah,
how that
it
ain't how a
should
lot
be.
of, that ain't how it look in a lot of
it
relationships.
should be.
I mean,
Where we don't see it as much because generally speaking, men still make more than women in their partnerships. But it's slowly coming that a lot of women are starting to make a lot of money, starting to have a lot of small business and making more. So it's really a more recent social phenomenon. And I don't think that the amount of women that make more money has overtaken the amount of men that just make more money than women. But it's coming to be an issue when you start talking to couples that have these financial gaps in how much one making, the woman is making more. It's a newer thing that men are dealing with. And when you see it happening, the barbershop conversations are all the men disagree with a woman being able to make more money. It's less men with your sentiment of if she winning, we winning. It's not that a lot of time, because yes, the perception is that she gonna use her money to use her power over me.
No, I'm gonna use my money to pay these bills, take us on trips,
we
and buy
don't
our
know
groceries.
that. We don't know that. What I'm saying is we don't have the data for that. That's the rhetoric, because men believe that that's what happened with women, because that's what men be doing with money when they got it.
Well, the downside of
I've
that
seen it too. I've seen it too.
We can't hear both of y'all because he ain't even in the mic.
The
you
other
can't
side,
argue. We just hear
the
one
other
side.
side
Sorry.
of that, and what's happened recently in time is that more men don't care if the woman is making more money because they just want to live off of her.
Oh,
a lot of these men have been very feminine in their ways lately. So when you do find a man that you would love to be in a relationship with that doesn't agree with you making more money, it feels weird now, because a lot of men now don't care if you make more money. Oh, you got some money.
Just
you
give
a
it.
lawyer. You
Look,
a
just
judge?
give it to
you
me.
This, you that. Guess what? I'm finna live off you.
Just give it to me. Yeah.
Yes,
but
and I'm gonna drive your car.
That's a way that, like, what you're saying is what submission looks like to a lot of these guys. When you submit and you understand me and my dominion.
Yeah.
It's just whatever I say and whatever I request.
Yeah. And
For
so
real.
now the intimidation probably is turned the other way. They're not as you either got two extremes. You got a man that's very intimidated by you because he feels as if he should be making more than you and doing more than you. And then the other extreme is you got this man over here that don't care that you make all this money because he want to use the money that you're making to make his life better.
To start the studio.
I want to be a rapper.
I gotta start the studio. Y'all check
You're
this out.
45.
Check this out. The problem is that women have a God complex.
He has the God complex.
Look, the women want to beat y'all.
It's him.
He make rage bait comments. It feel like.
Yeah, he does. He's trolling.
I feel like it's like 40%. Maybe he believe that, but 60%. I want somebody to be mad about this.
So look though, the God complex or the Savior complex. I used to want to be able to give the love that I had in my heart to. You need it. I want to give it. Didn't understand that, baby, you're not going to get any of that back because this person is incapable of giving that to you. They don't have it. They don't know it. They can't give it to you. You're going to get hurt trying to love them. You can't save them. So then I became a therapist so I could just save everybody and get paid for it and then have those skills, right? But trying to do that in relationship, not being attracted to trauma or being attracted to hurt people, but wanting to let everybody know that they had a space. They were, like, I see you. And not only that, but I see you. And I like you, and I'm gonna love you. But that doesn't make sense. It really doesn't work. And whereas it should work that, hey, give me a hug. Let's go to eat. Let's like it should, but it doesn't. So it's not a God complex, Kendrick. It's a baby, you need help, and I love you, and I want to do that. And you attractive too, and you got some great qualities, but it's some other stuff too. And I want to be there with you to help you. I ain't trying to save you. No, you need help.
I can't
4520111.
Because any man is gonna do what a man does.
What's that?
And as a man, like
be stupid.
No, like a real man ain't finna mooch and lean and depend on no woman.
That's true.
Period. Like I don't care how much you make.
What if you down and out? And I got it.
I
got you, babe.
But that mean that's problematic. From across the street, can't nobody tell the difference between these titles that y'all trying to put on grown men, where it's like that's not a man, that's a boy, or that's not a man, that's a real man. From across the street, a woman can't tell the difference between any of those men, and that's why we have to address this issue between men. Like we can't just separate those other groups of outlying men from us. There is a quadrant of men that are problematic because they was caught up by their mamas and they came out of childhood not needing nothing and being okay with being taken care of by a woman. That's childhood trauma that he need to overcome before he can start standing on his own. Me and you need to have a conversation with that man about what it looks like to actually step into his own purpose instead of living the shadow of the purpose that his mama gave him through other women. Oh, Jesus. we got to have that conversation with men.
Yeah, men
but what's happening is
men
don't be having those conversations with men. They just be saying women need to change or women need to stop coddling them. Or they say, no, those men are outliers. They all the way over there. They ain't got nothing
them
to
ain't
do
real
with
men.
But from across the street, we all look the same. And I got to take the heat for men who have problematic behaviors because they look like they 40.
Yeah. And what kind of shoes you wear? Hey, what about Oprah and Stedman? They appeared to be together, and she appeared to be more successful. So what? So what does Stedman have that other men have that put him in a position? He may not have submitted to Oprah, but he understood the agreement. Stedman, if you're
is
listening, call
definitely
in.
still the leader in the relationship. And a man that's a leader and knows how to acknowledge the qualities of his woman knows that I'm gonna put this woman on the forefront because she makes me look better.
That's what she does.
And most men that have sense and they choose their women right, that are compliments to them, they pick women that they can push forward in the forefront.
He didn't want to shrink Oprah, right?
He never wanted to shrink her, but I'm gonna put her out here because I know what she's capable of. I don't have those qualities, so I know that this person, my mate, does. So I'm gonna put them on the forefront. So they
and I'm not gonna be jealous, right?
But something that Stedman has is confidence in his own lane.
Okay.
And he's not intimidated by that woman being successful. And that's something that when you commit to your own journey, regardless if your own journey make you $1 million or 500,000, there's no level of amount of money that your partner can make that will make you jealous of their success.
Baby,
but a lot of us have not chosen our own journeys, and we have stepped into our own purpose.
Okay.
I want to ask this question, and it's just it hit me as we were talking.
Uh-huh.
Is it intimidated or is it really insecure?
Because I'm insecure, I'm intimidated.
No.
Because I'm insecure, I'm intimidated. I may be intimidated.
That shows up.
I found that when anybody has anything towards anybody else, it's because they have something with themselves. And that's what I've always been taught. It's something personal. If you have something against me or grievous towards me, whatever the case may be, it's because you have something with you going on. That's just what and Wu told me that too.
I mean, it ain't got nothing. Yeah, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all you,
That's
boo.
personal.
All right. Caller, you're in with the show. What are your thoughts, feelings, comments, or questions?
First of all, let me say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
We're gonna turn our mics off and listen to you for a minute, okay?
Don't do that. I love the response, and I don't write clickbait. I write what I think and feel. Okay, so let me say this though. I had role models, right? Being that my grandfather, my father, my brother's father, and each one of them taught me something different. But the one thing they taught me, and the one thing I try to teach my brothers, was how to be a man at a young age. Okay, a man goes to work. Now he might go to the office. He might get on top of a roof. But whatever a man does, he produces. Okay, he never chooses a woman. Because I talked to both my brothers before they got married. You don't choose a woman based on what she makes, because it's irrelevant. It really is. You choose a woman what she can do for you, as far as fulfill you, not cook. You know, anybody can cook.
Okay.
But what she does for you, how she fulfills you. And furthermore, historically, if we look at all our African culture, you know, especially Kemet, you'll see that the kings, are men with power, had multiple women.
Okay, you're right.
In order to populate the earth, a man has to have multiple women.
Okay.
But the king had multiple women. Did every man in there, or just the king?
All men with power.
All men with power.
It's based on your finances. So if a man can afford 4 wives, even to this day, you still got people who do this. Even to this day, he can have 4 wives.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, boo. Okay. That's our boy Kendrick. Thank you. The phone lines are open 994-8949. Ladies, would you be okay if your man had multiple women because he could afford them?
No.
Like, why would I do that? Would you?
I've had someone to try to sell that idea, that concept, because they said it was economically the thing to do for economics. I said, well, I didn't sign up for that class.
I didn't do well in that
If
class.
that makes sense to you, you can take it to someone else who it might make sense to.
No sense here.
Yeah.
Kristen, you with it?
Absolutely not. Like, who does that?
I think we should try it so we can have better perspective.
It also get flipped on its head if you automatically knew two dudes that was okay with it and you wanted to bring him into that for the economic
Because I
viability.
said that was the same question I had. I said, so if I want 2 men, how do you feel about that? What you mean? You got the womb, and you can't put the dipstick. Like
Again, that's that OPP.
Yeah, you can't.
That
put
is
the
not
dipstick.
genuine non-monogamy. That's trying to get women to agree with him being able to do whatever he want to do while you can't do whatever you want to do.
Twisted narrative.
That's a problem.
Well, oh man, are you all still hopeful about DMR at this point?
Yeah,
like being able to find a equally whatever mate and somebody that you can spend your life with and make memories with and build or whatever all that stuff you be talking about. Are you still positive about that? Still happy about it?
I think I've matured more in my decision making when it comes to choosing or letting myself be chosen by someone that's capable of leading me.
Okay.
Because I know what my boundaries are and red flags. I can tell, if you're bipolar or if you're not a narcissist. Like I know these things now or whatever. I think I can make more sound decisions now.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm forever optimistic because I trust my own decision making, and I understand the vast existence of our complexities and how many questions I need to ask. Right? It's not to say that surprises can't pop up, but having those boundaries for yourself and being willing to let something go that doesn't serve you. That's shout out to all the people who keep getting in and out of a relationship, in and out, accepting apologies, dealing with stuff. You don't have to deal with nothing. Is you can go on to the next person. You'll find somebody.
So many people.
But a lot of that is our individual traumas that keep us struggling when we don't have somebody because we're dealing with loneliness. We got to have somebody. And so that is a metric of how much you deal with somebody creating problems for you because you're just thinking of how bad it feels when you don't have nobody.
Trauma bonding.
Either that or because people can feel lonely and be lonely with somebody with them. So not only that, but sometimes it's just how our brains compute. So the way we're wired, when I always talk about attachment styles, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, a mixture of attachment styles. Sometimes just because of your chemistry, you attach a certain way. Neurodivergence, we attach different. It's almost like, oh, it's that. But then sometimes it's like, you got to know you.
And this make me think about there's a social conversation about, really it's a lot of men blaming women for their bad decisions in men. And it's like socially, we expect women to be the nurturers. We expect women to confront problems. We expect women to be forgiving when it comes to male behavior. But so women being forgiving is kind of like a bit of social conditioning that women be having to keep, the idea that, if a man cheat on a woman, she'll stay. But if a woman cheat on a man, he out of there. It's like we expect women to have that a little bit of cushion for us. But when women actually become, so when they get blamed for those decisions and then they become cold, harsh, and calculated in how they choose, not smiling at men and all this stuff, now men have a problem with them being that level of assertive about themselves.
You too manly. Yes, not woman. Like you should. You don't seem emotional.
Can't have it both ways.
Because when I was emotional, I was abused, and when I was open and vulnerable, I was taking advantage. Whatever. So no, you don't get that version of me, and which goes back to submission. I can't submit where I'm not safe. Right? Like I can't. I'm kind of scared to be completely feminine in my total feminine energy with you because I may be abused and can't leave out of here. Like I may leave out of here a whole nother creature. Let me not. So think about that. We have to think about these things and what people have experienced before us. Like a lot of people always say, the past doesn't matter. How does it not? We 40 and 50 years old. How does all that time not matter today when I meet you? What sense does that make?
Your worst relationship had an impact on you that's lasting.
Man, do you hear me?
It's still with you. It matters.
Well, I be dreaming about it, huh?
Even if they heal.
Healing is not even the healing. Let's talk about that, please, because let me change the music. Let me change the music. Let me find something good for that. Let me play some fight music.
Push back on the past.
Hold on.
So
healing.
Yeah.
Healing is one of those things, right? Like your body, when you cut something, you'll still have a scar from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes those, like if you got some disorders, they may not even heal completely. Like if you may be severely diabetic and you get cut, that may be a thing that's gonna be what you call them, when the ulcers or what you call that. It's just okay, so it won't heal, right? All right. So trauma and what it does. I just wrote a piece called Trauma Today. I'll ever share with y'all on TikTok. But the way we are impacted by these things that have happened to us, we do not forget them. They do not go away. Our body's always keeping the score of it. It's always somewhere. It's present. Healing is not something that just I'm healed, I'm restored. It's not like a cold where you had it and it goes away. It's there. You learn how to cope and to deal and to live with it. So I could be great. That doesn't mean that when I'm flying on the airplane and somebody says something or something happens that I'm not triggered and I might not cry.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
But I'm healed though.
But I'm saying if the past part is going to be held against the person moving forward to another relationship, I mean, the past is the past.
It's not held against you. You should hold it
It's
against
just present.
yourself.
It's just
like you should hold it against yourself.
It's what made me, like it's a part of how this became.
I think that's a healthy fear, like because the fear keeps you from opening up to be who you really need to be for this next person.
That's the past being relevant.
It's a now it's a boundary set.
I mean,
if you're saying that the past thing that happened is an active fear that keeps it from happening again, that is the past showing up today. That's not the past being irrelevant. That's the past impacting how you make decisions today. So it's not about that past being used against you. It's about you assessing that past for yourself to determine if it's showing up in whatever your conflict is today.
But I think people put walls up as boundaries. Boundaries are gates, not walls.
They whatever they need to be.
Through.
Oh, they are what they need to be.
You see through them.
Maybe. But it may be one that's set so tough that you can't penetrate that. Like, so if it's my boundary that I set because of something that I experienced, what is the responsibility of the person that I'm with about that? Like, this is a boundary that I set. We date and we're trying to get to know each other, whatever we're doing. And I have this boundary set because of what I've experienced that damaged me. What's it to you?
It's like, for me, it's the trust. It's the blind trust piece, right? I give you that until it's, some people, you have to earn all of it. But I think I'm reversed in mindset. I understand the human experience a little different. So it's, to me, it's what did I do not to get all of you? Why do I need a wall? Why is a wall up?
I don't know.
To
you
me,
like
if it's
that.
a wall up,
you.
if it's a wall up, you shouldn't be moving forward.
Well, I think the issue in that scenario is that you want all of the person now in that scenario. And your boundary should be how long it takes you to accept not being that until you decide to remove yourself from that dynamic, right? So it's only as long as you want it to be. But that person, nobody should give all of themselves now, because you need to make sure this person ain't crazy. You need to make sure that this person ain't gonna show up at your mama house. You need to make sure this person ain't got no back alley deals that's gonna get your house you shot up, or they ain't got no, you can't be in the community with them because folks looking for, like, you need data to collect about a person before you can open up them levels. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I look at trust as levels. What does trust level 1 look like? Level 2 look like? Level 3 look like? And I can get tired of waiting for level 4. And I can say it's taking too long for us to get to a place that I'm comfortable and feel like I'm not paying the price for another person's damage. And so I'm going to remove myself from this and let you either find a person that got the time for that, or navigate that in a different way with me, because what I'm asking you for is communication about what's going on.
There we go. So comment right here from the cousin says, respect the boundary that I've communicated. Now, what that is that I have my boundary set because of things that I've experienced. You have yours set, and we've hopefully communicated and we understand these things. I can understand it and still not accept it because now I'm feeling slighted because, like what you're saying, I hadn't done any of these things to you. And guess what the last person said? I hadn't done any of these things to you. Now, you didn't do them things, but you about to do some more. And I probably should have. Oh! Because they sound like
when
this.
When you see it, you cut it.
Marcia, they sound like this.
And again,
you heard it. Yeah, I got to wear headphones.
And I see that, Vert. I'm just saying, like, I think, and even with this, I think it's a double standard. Because if a guy, I'm just saying, like, if a guy is posing and communicating his boundaries, it can often come off as you're a weak guy. Like, it's such a double standard to me in this area, because most women want to have all of you. That, like, they don't want to have this part of you that you're showing.
Right.
Whereas we are the other way.
Give me all of it. DJ French Kiss, play,
I
load,
don't know.
John Legend, all of me.
But I do like the level of trust. I do again. That's kind of it's just I'm reverse with it. So like, hey, it's knocking down because you taking your credit card. It's charged to the game, and that's it. And when
I think the issue
done, I'm
goes.
done.
The issue goes into that sentiment where it's like women leave men at an 80% rate, and men don't leave women.
Yeah.
We should
should
when there are problems.
I agree.
And I think that's the silence that comes with what we've been conditioned to have as men is that. And I think that silence is why we don't express those boundaries. We don't talk about our boundaries. And we are scared to practice them because a lot of instances we be needing our partnership. And we've scared that if we could, not just men, but anybody who's scared to express their boundaries is because you're scared to lose their partnership. What I'm saying is that we need to practice expressing those boundaries more early in relationships. And then if they don't fit us, we need to move. And another thing is there's thin lines between trying to exert control, utilizing boundary language,
Thank you,
actual boundaries, and ultimatums.
That's where I was going.
There's thin lines between all of those different things.
I'm finna point one out. Here's a good one. Y'all ready? I ain't ready for a relationship.
Okay.
Which one?
Just got, and that's brother, man. We communicate on that level, and I'm not ready for a relationship. Why is it that? And then things happen, and we in a relationship. Boundary cross. But who changes the dynamics after said that? Men don't.
Okay, so let's simplify. We've been having sex, and we weren't in a relationship. We didn't title it a relationship, basically. And then we continue to have sex, and then now it becomes that we check in to talk to each other, and but when I come over today, I'm gonna bring you something to eat. And you want to ride with me to go check out this whatever. And now we're doing relationship type of stuff. And it's never it's not readdressed, or either it's readdressed and it's readdressed now, and you already see what we're doing. So now it's problematic.
I think that a lot of women they relate behaviors and gestures to saying I'm ready for a relationship after this man has clearly said I'm not ready for a relationship. And we're more emotional, so we get tied with emotion and sex and think that, oh, he must really like me, and now he's changing his mind. Because even as a man, and I've experienced this, but the boundary had to be set, and I had to be told, and I had to agree, because the boundary had been set, it had been relayed. And just because they do things because they're good people, just generally a good person,
Right.
if they see that you're hungry, hey, let's go get something to eat.
Or I'm cooking.
Like
You can
like we cool. Like I mess with you, we cool. And because they're good people, they gonna call and check on you. Because if it was their homeboy, they call their homeboy every day or every other day. If you got your homegirl, you call your homegirl every day, every other day. Your homegirl can call and ask you to come ride with her somewhere. The only difference is I'm able to have sex with you. And since we're having sex, you feel like you're emotionally tied to me. And now you want a relationship in spite of me telling you, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship. So I think it becomes the responsibility of whoever said that, the other person, not the person said they're not ready, but the other person that might want one.
Absolutely.
To say, hey, this is a little bit too much for me. I'm kind of, communicate your feelings. Say, I'm kind of getting attached to you. I like you now. This is too much.
And let's be clear. There are some men who need to be saying exactly what you just said. Hey, this is a bit too much.
But it's not their responsibility once they relate to you. I'm not ready for a relationship.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
the woman said, "I'm not ready for a relationship." That's why I said, "Let's be clear. This is not
okay.
just
Flipping
this
it
is
around.
not just men.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not just
Yeah.
women who are so
Yeah.
emotional. Sometimes the men are way more emotional than
yeah,
women are.
men are actually very much more emotional than women because they hold on to things way longer than women do. It's like an imprint on a man. When they experience something, if a woman lied to them or betrayed them or was disloyal, it's like an imprint on a man way deeper than what it does to a woman because we're able to forgive and move on quicker.
Yeah.
It happens more
Yes,
often.
come on, let's just do this. Let's be cool. Hey, come on, let's just go with the flow. All right, 994-8949 is the number. Hello to everybody on TikTok. Hello to everybody on YouTube. If you're there, I don't know. And definitely on Facebook. Do y'all see some comments on any Facebook streams that we aren't seeing?
But I saw Andrews had put up a nice statement. Did y'all see it? Yeah. About the past and the problem we can't see our flaws.
Do what
We
now?
all have past. The problem is we can't see our flaws. Everybody else was raised wrong, and how I was raised is right.
Okay.
What I'll say to what Wendy was saying is, I only think it's a boundary that you're setting when you say it at the beginning of the relationship and not willing to do all the relationship stuff that come along with it.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of men prey on the perception that women are seeking relationships. They're silent about what it actually is we're doing in order to extract those things that you get from a person. And at the point that the conversation comes up, that's when a lot of men are saying, well, I don't want a relationship.
That's because a lot of women lack boundaries.
Well,
and a lot of women don't hold themselves accountable for lacking boundaries, and we feel like, well, if we do a little bit more here, or we treat him this way here, he might change his mind. And so when you give and give and give, and you don't set boundaries because you've given everything, then you want them to be held accountable for what you've done for them and with them, because you haven't set boundaries. Because if a man tells you in the beginning, hey, I don't want a relationship, you already know what you came. I'm not talking to you because I want to be your friend. I'm not talking to you because I'm not attracted to you. So when you tell me in the beginning, hey, I don't want a relationship. Okay, well, that's really what I want. And I hope you do well on whatever you're looking for, but I'm gonna have to walk away.
Yeah.
But a lot of women feel like they can change a man's perspective because they think they're the end all be all.
You're right. I won't take that away from you. I do. At that point, it is the responsibility of the person not getting what they desire to leave. This gets us back to that social dynamic that I was talking about earlier, where it's like, either we want women to be gentle and soft and give us that freedom to, navigate them responsibly, or we want to be cold hard and calculated. Because there are men that are like, if I women say, tell me what you want for real. And men have a problem with that because their mindset is, if I tell you what I want, then I won't get anything. And so I'm going to tell you what I want you to hear in order to get something.
But that's if it gets that far.
Right.
I'm just saying from the initial meet standpoint, what are you looking for? It takes conversations like that and to be responsible. And a lot of people in the beginning will tell you, I'm not looking for this, or I don't want that.
Because it's easy then.
It's
You're still a
easier
stranger
because
to me.
you don't know me and I don't know you. So what are you looking for? But when you fail to ask those questions, because you think you can change a person, you just meet them. Hey, I like you. You fine.
I'm about to say, I'm such a player now. When you ask me what I'm looking for, baby, you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Baby, I'm looking for you.
But that ended up being a problem, and it don't get as far as you saying it's getting. Initially, I'm telling you what I want and what I don't want, and you cross the boundary because you think you can handle that. And a lot of women too now feel like they can handle those relationships where they the dude. Yeah, I can handle. You don't want a relationship. I don't want one neither.
The boundary. If a man says that off rip, if a man says that immediately and then has sex with a woman, then the boundary crossing is his. If he don't want, unless what I'm saying, if there are explicit conversations about we neither one of us want anything, we both want to have sex.
Okay.
We start having sex.
Okay.
Then it's still reasonable to inquire later about if what we're doing has changed for either of us to become a thing.
So basically, what we're saying is when you have continued intimate relations with someone, it becomes a relationship. That's what we're saying, right?
No.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing because you all are saying. So now we need to reassess.
So if sex means relationship, everybody in a relationship then.
Okay.
Everybody that's ever had sex with somebody is in a relationship. That does not equate to I want a relationship.
Basically, what I'm hearing is y'all need to stop having all this sex.
No, not for women.
Stop having all this sex.
Yeah. So, and that's what, like I said, that's where it comes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Boundaries come into play. And you have to make better decisions with your body with that, because some people feel like, if I get that, then she belong to me. Men feel like that too sometimes. No, I don't belong to you, sir. You told me you did not want a relationship. I don't want one either.
Okay, pause. It depends in the room so the people can see who it is that's in the room talking, because that's a stream, that's a TikTok stream. Yeah, I want to see who they listening to. Yeah, stop having sex. Yeah, complicate everything because you don't know how to just do it. Come on now. All right.
Okay, Aloha.
Oh, you hear me? All men relationships are predicted on their relationship with their mother.
Yes.
You mad at your mama, not me. Gosh.
I'm sorry. That's the control, the insecurity. That's that guy. The anger guy. Mommy issues.
Why are you so mad at your mama?
Men have mommy issues and they show up in their adult life. And we just gonna have to go on say what it is, because a lot of people run from that statement.
Or either like this.
Unfortunately, it's so many people that
or fine,
I-
either
yeah,
fine.
I mean, because you either married to mama or divorced from them, and you operate in one of them.
But there's two versions of them. Like I got a whole map. I got to see all this. But there's two different type of responses that boys have to mamas when they would come in.
Okay.
One that was coddled and one that was abused. Those
Okay.
are two different outcomes for those men.
What about the one that was neglected?
Okay, thank you. Because I was just about
Mommy
to.
issues.
So hold on, the one that was neglected, but then also the one that was taken care of by a decent mom who has the idea that his mama ran his dad. Oh damn, ran his daddy off. My whole lip, girl. that bottom lip done hit that. Golly.
Microphone check.
Woo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shut up. So. Oh, you hear me? Conversation that got your girl hot and bothered. Look, the one who feels like because of my mama, that's why my daddy is not here. So I just have this resentment. Like, mama is good. Mama is straight, but not really putting the energy where it's supposed to go when it comes to what kind of daddy you had. Like, yo, what? Come on now. Woo!
Somebody wants to talk about soul ties.
So going back to what Kristen said. So let's talk about the soul ties.
Somebody else too besides Kristen. So we
your
need to
cousin.
talk about it.
It's your cousin.
Yeah, we need to talk about it. I know you lying.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, so many people hate their parents. Like,
yeah.
That's just what it is. Men have mama issues. Women got daddy issues. It's
And folk
just
got parent issues.
super unfortunate.
Yeah, you messed my life up because your life was messed up. But
Made me eat hot dog.
I don't know how to communicate that, right? It's that sometimes, and sometimes the concerns about the parents are accurate, and they do manifest in our relationships and how we connect. So, yeah. So when you kind of think about the resentment and the pain that people harbor because of where they came from and what they saw, yeah, you got to work on it. You got to work through that, and don't put that in your relationships. Don't bring that to me. I didn't do that to you. I'm out of here. All right, so DMR every third Sunday right here on V94.9 WATV. We've been doing this topic for 17 years because it's one that everybody can relate to, everybody can connect to. When you talk about being involved in relationships and the understandings that you have and the connections that you have and who, I want to ask this question first. Can you love two people at the same time? So I'm in a committed relationship, but then I falling for somebody at work or at school, or
you can love
in my
as many
friend
people
group.
as you want to love.
But it's this kind of love though. Like, I love you though. Like, I know I'm in this situation over here, but
I think
you
so.
can love everybody.
Not like that though, right?
People.
I just said, like,
Yeah,
I'm married to my wife or married to my husband, but I
whatever
love
they contribute to you, and you fall in love with what they contribute to you because you're selfish. You can love as many people as you'd like to. I mean, everything for self is selfish.
So I don't really love you. What was that? Is it really love, or is it obsession, or is it, what is that?
It is
entitlement.
Oh, it's entitlement. Okay. So everybody's talking about, and I mean, when I say everybody, I mean all around the world, people are talking about one of the most recent situations here in the city where, someone's life was taken because of their choices when it came to relating, DMR, and how you do that. And it's so many different pieces of it. So we are sensitive to family and friends and those connected to this situation closely, but it is one of those things that you must discuss. And we do that. We talk about DMR, dating, mating, and relating. I shared a situation of mine, or a couple situations. Like we could all have been one
smithering away.
Yeah, one situation. Well, you know what I'm saying? One need away from our lives ending for DMR. Right? Like I'm in a marriage, or I'm in a relationship, but I want you. And I'm gonna get you. Then my life is gonna be ended. Like, y'all, this ain't the first time. It won't be the last time either. But this is the current situation. This is like within our generation, right? All about like on both sides. So you have a male that's 39 and a female that's what? 21. And then a dude 21. Then a boy, her guy's 20.
He was 23, right?
Yeah, her boyfriend was 23.
21, 23, 39. And those ages can go 35, 42, 61. Like, it could go in either direction. What do you all see as the main issues in that type of situation?
Because we're the elders now, we should be leading the new school in his age. We should be setting examples. Really, we really should. And for him being a 39-year-old man, you're a walking example of a husband. You have a family, and you have you're in the business where kids look up to you already. You're a coach, and people are still trying to share you and shit like your memory in a positive light, and it's hard to do that.
It's been tarnished.
Yeah. So like the legacy, how you go out,
it's
determined. Like it just
they
erases.
said your wife needs to cremate you.
Some folks say the state would bury mine. I've seen all of these
so
assessments.
I mean, I think that's where we are with it now, because at the end of the day, that was foolishness. Because what did you gain?
The biggest issue for me is you are a role model for not only your children but a whole bunch of other
children.
Kids. And not only that, but they're like right now on TikTok, you can go find girls that were coached by him or graduated around him who are starting to tell stories about him dealing with them. I've ran into two. I've only ran into two. I don't know if it's any more than that, but like these boys, if they know what's going on, or if they knew what was going on, or these,
now,
I mean, there's always that dialogue. There's always this dialogue where high school boys saw older men picking up the younger girls.
And the women picking up the younger boys. Hey. There have been some things.
So for me, it's like you had an opportunity to. Well, I guess I can't. Maybe there's a possibility that he was giving all of those boys the right messages, but just wasn't
living different.
It's possible.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that he didn't, but I feel like doing that takes the energy away from what you could give your family, what you can give your daughters, what you can give your people, right?
You said something in like when I, what do you when we are in these situations, especially like non-moral problematic situations, do we consider our legacy and our children, like, or what it's going to do to the people that, like I said, can you love two people at one time? Can you, like I asked all of those questions in the beginning, and I'm tying this into the soul ties. Like I'm really invested in this outside situation, because this my main situation is my main situation. Like it is what it is, and nothing's gonna happen because I'm not gonna get caught. But then I get caught. Yeah, like it's extreme, or I get beat up, or I get shot, or now we got domestic violence charge. Whatever happens, and everybody is left picking up the pieces of your. I be want to cuss so bad. I mean, like, right? Everybody is a victim now of your stuff. Y'all, that's heavy.
Infidelity is just
It's
very
heavy.
poor decision making. It is very poor decision making. I do believe people can love more than one person. I believe your responsibility is to your obligations that you committed to, regardless of whether you can or not. The obligations that you made are, whether it's biblical or whether it's social, you are married to somebody. Your responsibility should be to your family. So whether you can love multiple people or not, or whether engaging with those different people and those soul ties that it creates and the effect that it have on the world around you, you're breaking the obligation is just bad decision making.
So what about the people on the opposite side of those interactions that have been affected by the soul tie, that didn't even sign up for it? They didn't know what they were signing up for, and now they've been affected by a situation. Not talking about the 21-year-old girl, but like just in general, women or men that have opted to be in relationships with people and didn't know what their true intentions was, and now you're connected to them.
This
working through that. How do you work through that?
Back to the conversation that me and Hat were having. It goes back to that past. That moment becomes the past that now becomes how you dictate your future. Unfortunately, we're not going to get out of life without having moments that we have to learn from. The most intentional of us learn intentionally. We extract what we can from what happened, and we say this will never happen again.
Yeah.
The more hopeful of us, the more not intentional of us, is always, we all got them cousins where we're like, why are you doing this again? That exists because everybody don't have the capacity to do that. But that's what we should all be seeking to do, learning from our mistakes. And learning in those ways does not happen by chance. You actually have to sit down, process, and extract what the lesson is from this moment for every moment.
Wow.
I said I told y'all stop. I told y'all to stop having sex. Because I mean that's the bottom line. Stop having sex and learn your attachment style. Okay. So okay. You know, you like I said, situations. I got them. I could tell some stories. Right? Will arise. DJ French Kiss. Q Usher. And you don't have to call.
I mean,
which one? But you gotta be smart about it.
That's what he said. That's what he said. You gotta be.
You don't have to.
It's okay, boy. I'm gonna be all right tonight.
Check out Woo's karaoke on Thursday nights at the American Legion.
Because it's this every day. Gosh, come on. Let me
But I felt all that, Eddie. I felt that. It's like I felt it. I felt it. I'm not the judging type to any of it. I think everybody, if they're honest, it could have been you. Many people have put themselves in situations. We don't know if he knew or not. We're assuming he knew. As
I mean,
Is
I'll
that a
say
fact, though?
as the details are unfolding, like
that a
I think
fact?
you know where you're going, my boy.
I heard, but you
Wow.
could delete a read camera. So I don't know if it's a fact.
It don't matter. We got 2
I'm
minutes. You
just
better get to
saying.
the point.
Okay.
Probably not.
Did you
assume-
fly
Yeah,
in there
but
on the plane? I don't know how you
people-
got there.
People
could've
can
just cut
make.
it off.
I mean, good people can make bad decisions.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, when you're looking at legacy, people don't care about none of the other stuff you did that was good. It's one bad thing that can change your legacy. And I just don't think that's I don't think it's fair. But we do it. We're human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
The best
Yeah.
case scenario to me is that yes, he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he kept it isolated to his own behavior, and he knew what was right, and he told the kids what was right, and he was as present of a father and a husband as he could be, you know. And these were just moments where that complex human existence creates pockets of trauma or whatever it was that had him seeking this thing that he just didn't get a chance to recover from it. And again, that's why I don't look from the lens of judgment either, because anybody he could have walked into my counseling office the week before this happened trying to recover from that. Like, I'm ready for anybody with any problem to come in and be somebody that I advocate for.
Yeah.
And I'd be foolish not to advocate for them if they're not my client, just because I understand that we all suffer from the same human condition.
Right.
I mean, classic soul tie to me, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Like
say.
poor decision making based on emotion, based on what I feel and what I think I feel. So then I react hasting. Yeah. Just impulse.
That's the thing, though. People don't view that as a problem. Like, they don't even think it's anything wrong with it. You clearly have something wrong with you. You need to go get it checked out. But it's just social norm.
Like my desire to be in multiple situations or to have something, have a stable relationship that the person with me thinks is stable, but then have a whole nother relationship on the side and then a whole nother one on the side. That ain't normal.
But I mean, even
That ain't normal.
And no, that ain't normal. But
Okay,
but
okay.
in that moment, like, you have to be able to stop and think about what you're doing to your family, to your loved ones, to your kids, like to people who.
No,
look
I'm
up for
blocking
you.
it out while I
You
do
know-
this.
You know what question I haven't heard anybody ask. They don't know what the state of the marriage was.
It
What the
doesn't
state-
matter.
No, I'm saying
Like, are we separated?
yes, like y'all don't. I just haven't heard anybody say that part, like what the state of the marriage was, because people think, oh, this ain't working. We know in the household this ain't working, so we've been doing what we want to do.
But
anyway.
everybody outside thinks that
Everybody
it's still
think
great.
it's good and great, but as this wife knows that I talk to who I want to talk to, and he been talking to and doing what he want to do.
And that's cool, but y'all take that wherever y'all gonna be. Like,
I know, but
not
he
here,
did.
Where
He
where
did. He
we
felt
paying the
mighty
bills.
comfortable going to that girl's apartment.
No, not
That
jumping
didn't-
off the balcony.
I
You
know,
gotta
but
feel
that
comfortable.
let me know that wasn't his first time.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's in that situation. When I think about the situation, we keep saying the decisions that we make. I also think about the instances that people put us in. Like, man, I ain't even know who lived with. I ain't even know you was
invited me
married.
to this house and your wife live here.
What? Y'all ain't got no pictures nowhere.
Not one.
So I'm not.
just tiptoeing on marble floors.
Yeah, but I ain't even tiptoeing because I'm comfortable because I didn't even know you was. I didn't know nothing. Do what? I mean, yeah, and in your DM, you single. Stop approaching people if you're like, man, y'all saw that post I made a few weeks ago. I met this dude. He talking about some blah, 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 blah. We exchanged numbers. And then I said, so let me just ask you off top. You got something, you got a girlfriend or whatever?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. He said, unfortunately, yeah. Fool! What?
Oh, what
Fool!
Craig?
Fool! Leave me up. Fool!
Oh, what Craig?
That's all I have for him, because I bet this lady don't know that you over here listing and liking on me like this. Boy, hey,
But
don't
And
call me
you
no
said,
more.
unfortunately.
That boy
What?
wrote that. Unfortunately, yes, I'm in a goodbye, sir.
Another thing, if you as a man, as that guy who messaged you and the guy with the situation just happened, exists with that core thought that Kendrick was talking about, that
Yeah.
we are naturally non-monogamous,
Hunters.
then you're not going to challenge yourself to be different than you are because you believe it's your nature. That's why that thought is not right, number one, but it's also unproductive to have in the society that we got.
Yeah. All right, y'all. The conversation may continue 2 minutes. It's late. Good night. See y'all tomorrow. I'll be on here at 12 for the free lunch flashbacks. B94.9 WATV. Bye.